What's good, YouTube? Today I'm coming at you guys with a Solfachord deck profile with a 15 card extra deck and a 15 card side deck. This is kind of a pure version. Pure version is ash, but I turned it into, I want to say, like a stun. It's a stun build, kind of, in a sense. This is my first deck profile to come with this deck, and I'm going to do a lot more deck profiles because this is the deck I'm going to be playing because I can't wait for the link card to come out. And I also have a Warrock Goki deck that I also have been trying out, and that's been working out very good. I can't wait for the new Warrock cards to come out. But leave a comment in the section below. Let me know what you guys think. I have some more stuff coming in the mail for this deck, like Cerberuses and just little stuff like that. Dark Worms, Gate Zeros. Uh, just also other stuff for the extra deck that you really need, because I'm like using a few cards that honestly shouldn't be in here, but I just slapped it together just to check it out, see how it is. But let me know what you guys think. Uh, First off, we're gonna go with the deck profile. So the main deck. I'm gonna explain the cards for you guys. So all your Solfachord cards, when they're in the pendulum scales, they say that pendulum summons of your Solfachord pendulum monsters cannot be negated. And also, if they're in the pendulum scales, there's other cards that also say spells and traps for your boss monsters. So the first card that we play is 3 Foncia. What Foncia does is she says that when she's normal, not when she's normal special, but during your main phase, you can add one from your deck to your extra deck, which is really really good. So it gives you like gas to pendulum summon more monsters. She's really good. Then we have your Stratos with Cutia. Um, when she's normal or special, she can search a Solfachord monster. Uh, I run 2 Gracias. What Gracia does when she's normal or special, she searches your spells and traps. For the next card, Angelia, she's kind of like a lone fire blossom in a way. But so what she does is, as you can see, just so you guys know, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards or monster effects when your Solfachord Pendulum monster is pendulum summoned. These effects. So the bigger ones have that effect, and the smaller ones have just they can't be negated effect. So yeah, back to this card. So what she does is you contribute a Solfachord monster face up or face down, doesn't matter. Depending on the scale of the monster, +2 or -2, you can special summon from the deck. Most of the time you're getting your big boss monster that we'll go into later. Uh we have we have 2 boss monsters in the deck. So pretty much that's what she's good for. Um, that's only thing I use her for is to get the boss monster out. She's just a 1 card boss monster. Then we have Triple Dremia. She's an extender. She extends herself. When you have a pendulum scale in the pendulum zone, and 1 Elatia. Okay, so I do want to make this clear. So when you have an even pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, you take no damage from battles involving your Solfachord pendulum monsters. They all do something different. Like this one says, when you have an odd, monsters you control would be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. You can destroy this card instead. And then for this one, it is while you have an odd, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards. So they all have like this kind of like a negate destruction effect in their not a negate destruction effect, but like kind of like a shield effect. uh they all negate different things um for that most part, which is good, and which is why I wanted to, in the aspect of like a stun build, I wanted to build it I wanted to build it so where like I could use the most out of them. I want to say, yeah, I wanted to use the most out of them. But I'm pretty sure when the more cards that I have in the next deck profile that I'm gonna do for you guys, there's going to be souped up. It's gonna have like Cerberus's, and it's gonna be a lot better than what this is not what this is now. But so yeah, she's just an extender. So we played 2 Kulias. Kulia does the same thing, of course, as all the rest. What she does is, if you have a... So you can special summon her from your hand by tributing 2 Pendulum Monsters. Any 2 Pendulum Monsters. Also, you can target 1 face-up card your opponent controls or up to 2 cards. If you have an odd Pendulum skill in your Pendulum Zone, negate its effects until the end zone. So pretty much, to the end phase. So pretty much, she negates... She negates, like, she's real good. Like, she negates big monsters. And then, when an effect monster on the field is activated with an equal or lower attack than the highest pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, times 300, you can destroy that monster. That effect comes up a lot. I've noticed a lot. So you guys have to really pay attention to that, and the attacks of your pendulum monsters and your pendulum scale and the monsters that your opponent's summoning. Like, she's really good. And then this one, quick effect. You can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, or if you have an even pendulum scale in your pendulum zone, you can target 1 face-up spell or trap your opponent controls this turn and banish it when it leaves the field. And then she does the same thing as Kulia once per turn at the start of the damage step. If this card, so pretty much if this card battles a monster, it destroys it. Isn't too bad. So this one negates effects and destroys, and then this one battles and destroys. I like Kulia better than Beautia because the just standalone, like, you know, like, it's just like you can summon Kulia and pass turn and be good. You know what I'm saying? Beautia is just there to get over pesky things. And then for the hand traps, guys, we have triple Ash Blossom of Joyous Spring. I don't think I need to say anything about Ash Blossom, because Ash Blossom goes really hard, like really hard. Stops a lot of things. And then Nibiru, I don't think I have to say much about Nibiru either. Nibiru just wins games, allows you to win games. In this deck, Nibiru is just really busted. I felt like Nibiru needs to be played in every single deck in this game. So that's it for the monsters. For the spells, we have triple Solfachord Elegance. This is the most broken card in this deck. So what this card does, it says that you can activate one of these effects. You can place 1 from your deck. Okay, so you can place deck, right? Yeah, you can place 1 monster from your deck to the Pendulum Zone, or you can add 1 Solfachord Pendulum monster from your hand to your extra deck, face up. Then place 2 Solfachord Pendulum monsters, 1 odd and 1 even pendulum scale from your deck to the Pendulum Zone. This card starts everything. And then for the last effect, you can add 2 cards, 1 odd and 1 even pendulum scale from your Pendulum Zones to the extra deck, face up, and if you do, draw 2 cards. So what this card does, this is your ammo card right here. This card allows you to, like, go off and pendulum summon a lot of monsters, so you can get into an OTK board. But this is everything. I want to say Solfachord Elegance is the entire deck. Solfachord Harmonia, which is the field spell, what this says is you can add 1 face-up Solfachord Pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand. You can increase 1 scale of 1 Solfachord monster by 1 and for the turn. And then the last one, if you control Solfachord Pendulum monster cards with at least 3 different names, or at least 3 different even pendulum scales or 3 different odd pendulum scales, destroy 1 card your opponent controls. Usually what I'm doing with this card, I'm usually doing the first effect. A lot of the times the third effect does come up, but that's only if you control 3 even or 3 odd. Then we have the 1 terraforming just to get your Harmonia, 1 Upstart Goblin, and then 1 for 1. That's it for the spells. And then for the traps, because like I said, I made this kind of into a stun build. We got triple Judgment. Judgment's good. Judgment's actually very good. Always will be very good. Double Dogmatica Punishment. This card is amazing. Probably one of the best cards ever printed in Yu-Gi-Oh! This card is busted. We have double Crackdown just to take your opponent's stuff and, you know, link off with it and just do wacky shenanigans. And then double Trap Trick to get either any one of these, pretty much, when in need. But that's it for the main deck. For the extra in the side, there's not much. Like I said, we got one IP. We have all the elements pretty much because we can make all of them. I just kind of like threw them in there. We have one Nightmare Phoenix, one Cerberus, and then double Unicorn. We got one Appaloosa, and then for your Dogmatica punishments, we have the two Ents, one Unchained Abomination, one Boral Sword Dragon, and one Abyss Dweller. That's it for the extra deck, and then for the side deck, we got triple Lancia. Lancia is good for like your dragon matchup. Broken. Lancia is amazing. Triple Gamma Seal. Gamma Seal also is for any matchup that summons Boral Savage. You just tribute and summon. I love this card. Gamma Seal is amazing. Double Ghost Ogre, also an amazing card. Great hand trap. You guys know what Ghost Ogre does. Just pops when they activate effect or a spell or trap that was already on the field if it's continuous. Then we have one Dino Wrestler Prankatops. This card is just a free summon, punch, or pop, which is really, really also good. Then we have Triple Cyclone, which is pretty busted. And then we have Triple Rivalry because they're all fairies. And so, yeah, pretty much like Rivalry of the Warlords just locks your opponent in. So if they have like cards that summon multiple types and stuff like that, your Rivalry of the Warlords is going to be there for you. Very, very good card. But let me know what you guys think. That was it for the deck profile. The decks, I think the deck has a lot of potential. Like a lot of potential. If you really, really put your mind to it and know how to play the deck, I think you can probably win a local, maybe. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please subscribe, and pretty soon I will have another deck profile up, version 2 of this deck with the rest of the cards. So let me know what you guys think. Deuces.